Hello, everybody. We are live. Um,
Yeah, baby, party time.
Party time. We're having a celebration moment here because it's time for another round of my generative business pods, which is like one of my favorite creations in the whole wide world.
Yay!
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I was actually just looking. My partner Brian asked me last night, "How many of these have you done?" And I was like, "I'm gonna find out because he's like, maybe it's like your 10th or something." And I was like, "Nope." I did the first one in 2014, and I've been doing them every 6 months since then. This is the 18th. This is the
That's
18th.
so cool.
Wow.
I know. And I was like, I
Whoa.
don't get tired of it. I have so much fun. I love it. Everybody loves it. It's just like one of those magnanimous creations that just keeps on giving and mutating and contributing and being greater. And it's like so delicious. So I am so grateful. So
And you
grateful.
also spoke about how every time you are like, you have the willingness to not continue, right? You
Yeah.
really look at it as new, but it just wants to go every time.
Totally, totally. Yeah, and that's one of the things with the tools of access consciousness and business and creation is like talking to your creations, and that's one of the things that I created the generative business pods for is like really so that because it way back in 2014, I was like kind of, somewhat new to using the tools of access in business and I was like, I really, I don't think there even was such a thing as a Joy of Business facilitator at that point. Like I think that was 2015 that came about. But I was, it's just like I really I want like a playground, like a intensive playground for people that are like, yes, I'd like to have my business grow because I'm willing to be greater and relax more and have more and create more and choose more. And it's been so cool to see what's happened in the lives of people that have done the program over those
Mhm.
7 years or no, 9 years, I guess it is 9 years. Hey, Jackie and Robert. So yeah,
But
and you
that's
guys have
just
been
what I
part of
wanted
it.
to say. Like
Yeah.
every time you say, it's been 7 years, it's been 7 years, it's been 7 years, and it's not 7 years anymore.
Yeah.
It's
9.
double, more
Yeah.
than double.
Yeah. 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 So the generative business pods, for those, a lot of people know what it is, but if you don't know what it is, it's a 6-month program that is, it's like we dive into so many different aspects of creation and different types of conversations. We have group calls twice a month. We have pod calls, which are, thus the pods, small group calls of 4 or 5 people once a month, and you sign up for whatever time works for you, where you really get to come and kind of like it's like as if you're having a private session for 20 minutes and other people get to listen and receive and contribute. There's private sessions, there's all the energetics like classes that I do. So there's a lot of bonuses that get included. This time we're doing the art of relaxation in February. That's going to be included. And the miracle of being you in business calls, that's going to be included. So a lot of bonuses. And like I said, it's a 6-month thing. So it's really for people that want to dive into, hey, I'd like to have a lot more ease with business and creation, have it grow from the relaxation, from the being, from the space, from the receiving dynamically. And you guys have all been part of it over the years. I'd love to would you like to share about what it's been for you, like what it's
Yes.
contributed to you?
Like, how long do we have?
Yeah, yeah, I'm just super excited about it. And part what I loved about this is like sort of like the accountability. Because usually when I do stuff on my own, I just know myself right now, and I know I tend to do and be more and choose more when I am with people that are also like, okay, yay, let's do this. And then you get together and it all contributes to each other. So, and also to just like, um, to have something like I mean, I was gonna say I didn't know anything about business, but that's a lie, of course. I did know a lot about business, but I didn't learn how to tap into that. And I was like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? And so that's another thing that I really love about it, is that you really get to explore what you do know about business. Because like all the other business programs, I mean, like all the marketing things or whatever, they were, and business done different from access consciousness is an amazing class. And now the parts where you get to create together, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like when you are willing to know what you know about creation, which so many people are like, I don't know anything, that was kind of my point of view when I started. So it's such a different way of functioning, but when you're willing to explore that and start to function from that, it's like this treasure trove opens up that you had no idea was there, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, like this is about me and like my business, and the business chose me and I chose the business and the creations chose me, and oh my gosh, it's amazing.
And it's truly this group of people that just have each other's backs. And like over the 6 months, you just get to see what everyone is choosing and stepping into and being. And it's so magical to see. It's like, oh, like you go, girl, like you got this, and it's just really cool to know that there's a group of people who are, choosing that alongside you and, on their own in their own way too.
Yeah. I love that too. I love the group is always really, really cool.
Yeah.
Really
And
great.
Leilani, you've been on many rounds, right? Oh,
Oh, we have
Yes, so
Oh.
please just be patient with my internet because it's like super wonky. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is
it's
Africa.
not gonna work. You
This
just
is
have
Africa.
to use
Yeah.
Leilani's energetic contribution.
Yeah. Well, Linda is watching, and she's been in the past 2 rounds, and she said the pods give you a space required for sanity to seep in. I love that. And it's like the sanity of you, like the you being knowing, perceiving, and receiving. And one of the things I love about how we do it is there's all these daily things, because I do a lot of these energetic, 21-day or 14-day things, right? Like right now we're doing the How to Become Money Workbook 100 times over 100 days. And, people can join that program on its own, but it's included in the pods. So there's a lot of daily conversations that we have that like, where it's like you can't actually go too far from yourself, like if you stay connected to the conversations, it's like it just keeps inviting you to you in a greater way, to what in a greater way, to what's light for you in a greater way. And there's this thing that occurs over the course of the 6 months where it's like this strength of trust, for like people where they really start to trust themselves and have the real willingness to know and to apply that and to jump off a lot of cliffs, because creating from what is it's a very courageous choice, really.
Yeah.
So I think I'm back. Now
Yeah.
I just want to say something.
Yeah.
Yes.
For me, it's like awesome. I counted yesterday. I've done 5 rounds now with the pods, and it's amazing. I also wondered, like everybody else is probably wondering, like, why 6 months? Why can't it be like 3 months? I can afford 3 months now. I don't have the money to pay for the 6 months. And the amazing thing is to see when people sign up, the moment they sign up, their whole world change immediately. So the money disappears from somewhere magically just to, assist them through the 6 months. Then also perceiving the people that's in the group and then who they be when the 6 months is over. Mind-blowing every single round, every round. It's amazing to see and perceive the change in front of you for the whole 6 months. It's beautiful.
I love that. And as you were saying that, I'm also becoming aware of all the businesses. Like, tap into that for a moment. How happy they became, you know?
It's not cognitive. You cannot explain it to somebody. They have to jump in and just experience the whole 6 months. And then the beautiful thing is you explained it so nicely in one round where you said to the ladies in the rounds, like, it cannot be shorter than 6 months, because it's always like at month 4, everybody is like, what the fuck, and everything is changing and uncomfortable. And the moment they just move through that uncomfort, there's a whole beautiful universe of possibilities on the other end. And
Yeah.
that's then when it's like,
Change-
oh my goodness, now the 6 months is over.
I was gonna say, you mean change isn't always comfortable, Leilani?
No, and that's Heather's favorite part.
I know. I'm like,
And
I get very excited when people get uncomfortable, myself included. I have to
Yeah.
say, not that
Hey,
I'm
and
mean.
so
or anything.
every round of the pods has a different like energy,
Yeah.
right? Can you speak a bit about that?
Yeah. Well, and it's funny you say, because you're saying about the 4-month thing. That used to be a thing where it was like, okay, we're at like month 3 and 4, and people are, getting like weird, and it's totally part of the design, and it's been cool to see the past couple, like how that has really kind of shifted, and I'm really like, we have this new conversation in Access about presumptive realities, which is really like a really huge conversation that is like it's like a massive upgrade in what we're doing and how we can process things and the clearings and the choices that we can make. So I'm super curious to see what this next round is going to be. It starts March 1st, by the way, if people are curious. With the presumptive reality clearings and going beyond that with creation. Because if you presumptive reality is basically you presume how something is, how it works, how it's going to be. If you don't have that, and for whatever we're doing right now is like really giving us, for me, I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm able to have access to like a true space of creation that doesn't have conclusion in it for the first time ever. Like something that I've always known. I'm like, now I can access it with this stuff that we're doing now. It's like there's miracles available every single day, and I'm blown away with what's showing up in my own life and business, and like all the people because we're just about to finish a round of the pods. Next weekend is our last call, the one that we've been doing, and just seeing what the miraculousness that is showing up in people's lives. It's one of the reasons I just absolutely love doing this, is because I just get so excited when people really get that they can create, and they can create anything. And this next round is the theme is being the valuable product, which is a very dynamic energy, very dynamic invitation. Because when you value you and you are the valuable product in your own life, which includes, like it includes your business and like what you're doing with your business, whatever your business may be. We have people in the pods we've had lawyers and doctors and, people that don't have any sort of a quote unquote business. They want to just create their lives. But when you value you and you value what it is that you bring to the world by just being, there's this magic that occurs in what can show, like how people are drawn to you, and what shows up in your life and what you're willing to step out on a limb and create and choose. And it's so cool to perceive the space of that and the invitation of that and where we're going to go with this one. I'm like, wow, it's a very, very dynamic energy, very potent.
And we're kicking things off with the miracle of being you in business, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, so what I've done the past bunch of whatever, I don't know, a few years maybe, is have a 3-part telecall that's the beginning. That's kind of like you can just take the telecall, and if you take the call and then you want to jump in, you can do that, but it's included in the pods. And that starts on February 20th. So, and we actually kind of have 2 classes that start this month that are included in the pods for people that just know they want to do it. But this telecall it's actually a Being You class. It's a specialty class that Dane actually helped me create the title years ago, and I've done it a few times. It's kind of been like this thing that just kind of hangs out there, and every once in a while it's like, it's time. So it's called The Miracle of Being You in Business: How to Create Everything You Desire with Half the Work and Twice the Profit. And I would say maybe we should say like 10 times the profit now, because but it's really about actually like stepping into being, and you and the receiving that's available, and like exploring business and money as from receiving. And when you relax into receiving and being and knowing what you know, and like following all of the beautiful energetic pings that show up in your world because you're you and you're unique and all of that, it's like when you relax into that and you like expand into that, there's so much miraculousness that can come. And like, I think this is why I just keep doing this, because of this conversation, it never gets old. It never is something that I've like gotten to, it's like there's always more. And yeah, so those are 3 Zoom calls that are happening as a standalone series, February 20th and February 8th.
Part of relaxation. Yeah, I was just going to say that I mean, maybe you even like the people that are watching that right now can also perceive the energy that you are being, because for me, like you are that relaxation, and that is such a huge difference. And I love how you wrote in the description of the call that it's not about like this, that a lot of people have this misconception of that relaxation is lying on the couch like a couch potato, and then but that it can also be like lots of action and a dynamic space, and like that you can be a relaxation with everything that you do. I am excited about that.
Yeah, me too. So that's it. That's starting on the 8th of Feb. It's starting on Wednesday in 3 days. And that's going to be like little Facebook lives. So like 20-minute snippets every day, 15, 20 minutes, exploring the art of relaxation. And yeah, I love that too, about like relaxation is for like humanoids, X-Men, it's dynamic. It's not couch potato. Couch potato is so boring for most people, and we kind of look for, you look to like figure out how to relax in this reality, because in this reality it's watching TV, that's how you relax, or you check out or whatever. And that's not fun for most humanoids, X-Men, like very creative people, and I've been perceiving this like with my body recently. Like I did this morning, I went and I ice skated, and then I went straight from there to hot yoga because I love extremes.
Because you're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no.
Exactly. And it's so relaxing. Like my body is so relaxed now, and it was actually like, it was when I was skating, my heart was pumping. I'm just like gliding all around, like doing all the things, and I was just so relaxed, and when I create business, I'm so relaxed because it's just like, yeah, this is creation. Let's create, it's like, what would like to be created today, and there's this enthusiasm that comes with that is relaxing. And it's like, and I suspect that that particular class, the Art of Relaxation, is going to have a lot of this conversation of enthusiasm woven through. Something we just got to yesterday in the Being You class with Dane here. A really cool conversation about enthusiasm, and that we don't really have the space for that here, but it's really changing my world of like, right, when I allow myself to be as enthusiastic about creation as I am, and that can look a lot of ways, right? But because it doesn't have to be like I'm enthusiastic about business, because you might be like, I don't really know what I want to create. But even that, like the enthusiasm for just like more, I'd like to have more. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that looks like, but more, please. That's something that a lot of humanoids are very enthusiastic about, but we turn it down, and when you actually turn it up and you allow yourself to have the enthusiasm, it is so relaxing. And I'm really psyched to explore that space.
Yeah, and what also popped as you were talking is like the other side of it, like people that don't really know how to relax while they are doing a lot. So they get into this overdrive and they do a lot, but they're not being or relaxing or receiving.
Totally. And I'm so glad you said that, because that's been something that I've been exploring for a long time. Like, and I really like made a commitment to this space of relaxation, and I would have a lot going on in my business and I'd be like, I'm grumpy. If I had a lot on my to-do list or whatever, I'd be like grumpy. I get grumpy when I have too many things to do. But I was coming from a different space with it, and so that's a whole huge conversation as well. I'm curious too, because you guys have been, you play in my business, like we create together. You guys have been in the pods, you have your own businesses. What has that been like for you?
I mean, it's just this like constant flow of miraculousness. It's like there's never like this like like a lull, you know what I mean? Sorry for the background noise. It's like we're always moving into something new and expansive, and it's just like, I don't even have the words to describe it. It's just wonderful. There's always a flow. Yeah.
True story.
Yeah.
There's always a flow. There's always movement going on in the universe. And when we recognize that that's part of creation, that's a huge part of creation. We get to tap into that, which is why being you is such an important part of it. Because when you like being you, that's a very broad term, right? But we explore that a lot more in all of these things. That's like, then you can actually relax into the perceiving of all of these energies and all these creations that are like, hi, I'd like to play with you, like I would like to play with you, and then you're like, me? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much more that we could, let's just hang out here all day. Such a yummy space. Yeah. Cool. Well, y'all get the gist. If you want more, you know where to find us. It's all on heathernichols.com, all the things. So we have the Art of Relaxation. We just actually shortened it and lowered the price on that. It was talking to me today and it was like shorter and less, so it's going to be 14 days now. Just boom. Starting on Wednesday, the 8th of Feb, $75 for that. Easy. The Miracle of Being You in Business, that's a 3-part Zoom call. That starts February 20th. That's three days over the course of about a week. And the Generative Business Pods, Being the Valuable Product, and that starts March 1st. And these other 2 creations are included in that. So if you want to do the pods, jump in before Wednesday and we'll just, set you up with access to the other 2 classes happening in February. Or you can dip a toe in and be like, let me see, and then if you want to do the pods, we'll just take the money that you already paid off of, et cetera. So, and the pods is set up. It's funny, when I first did it, it was only it was only available as like a monthly payment thing, because I wanted people to be able to create the money as they went. And I have never seen somebody who really wanted to be there not have it work for them financially, even if they were like, I have no idea how the money's going to show up. It is generative. It's called Generative Business Pods for a reason. And I did not come up with that name. It came up with its own name and told me what it was 9 years ago. And it still is like, yep. It has this generative energy that like, as soon as you say yes to it, it's like, boom, into your world, you know. It's so cool to perceive how that shows up for people. So anyway, if you're, you know, if money is a consideration, ask for it to show up, you know. And you can start with the art of relaxation, which is $75, you know, and work toward it. And you know, we will, like I said, we'll take that off of what you would pay for the pods, but the pods itself is $650 US a month. And you can pay in full, $3,500. And if you pay in full before when, the 18th of February or something like that. I don't remember when.
Everybody looking at Leilani.
It's all on the landing page.
On the landing page, but you get cool. You get an extra private session with me. So you get 3 private sessions with me during the pods, but you get a 4th one if you pay in full before whatever, I think it's the 18th. So, but there's a landing page, the generativebusinesspods.com, or heathernichols.com/businesspods, either way. That'll link you to everything else as well. So,
and there's a lovely video on there of you talking about being the valuable product, and so don't check it out, guys.
No,
that's a good.
And do not let your business take the lead in this.
Yeah, definitely say no if it's light, you know.
Just ignore what your business is saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks everybody for being here with us now and in the future. I'm so grateful for all of you, and ladies for being here chatting with me. And what else is possible?
Yes, we hope to see you there.
Yeah.
Let's do this more often.
I know.
Yeah.
Super fun. Super yummy. Yeah. Cool. All right. Bye, everybody.